Frank's story. We worked together on Grim and Evil.
Yeah.
There was Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy and Evil Con Carne. And in Evil Con Carne, I was Hector Con Carne.
Right.
A disembodied brain on top of a dancing bear, played by Frank.
Where else can you have that kind of gig?
Frank's doing no words,
right.
just sounds.
Yeah.
And Frank pitches to Maxwell Atoms, the creator of the show, these guys are all so talented. We should do an improvised episode.
How about that?
And we're all like, oh yeah, the guy who doesn't have to say no words thinks it'd be funny to have to make up a whole episode. Yeah. And we were all joking that Frank's like, oh yeah, this would be...
Right.
And he did it.
Right, how about that?
He came in with 3 pages of notes, premise.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, okay, you guys are going to improvise the scenes, and then we'll animate it.
Yeah.
And we were like, nice, Frank, thanks.
Thanks, Frank.
And while we're doing it, at one point, I improvised this thing. It was like, Boskov, why don't you take that chainsaw, cut through the tree, and I came up with some
really goofy.
What are those big improv FUs where you label somebody with something that's impossible to do?
It's like saying, don't negate. I'm not.
Exactly. You know, and I just laid out this 9 different things that Boskov is supposed to do.
Right.
But of course they just have to animate it.
Right.
But then Frank proceeds to improvise grunts and bear sounds that perfectly illustrate every point that I had just laid out. Like, that was the sound of a bear grabbing a chainsaw and dancing with it. And
how about that?
And he just
blows your mind.
I thought I'd set this impossible bar. Yeah. He just vaulted over it.
There's the top and there's Frank going right over it.
And everyone's just looking around saying, no, he just...
And the guy is like a bricklayer. He's like your neighbor. He's so unassuming.
Right.
And you guys, one day we'll get Frank on, but I'm telling you, someday I hope you get a chance to meet him, because it does 2 things. It makes you astonished to be in the presence of somebody that's that good, but even more astonished to see how incredibly humble he is. And he's like, oh shucks, that's no big deal. But like you say.